Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a beautiful sunny day here in Moscow. Thought we'd go for a little bit of a sunset walk today. Very famous place in the center of Moscow. Let's go. As the sun is about to set, let me just explain a little bit where I am. I'm actually in Gorky Park. This is the very famous Gorky Park. And then the Moscow River, which we'll walk along for this video. And then I'm actually on top of a building that wasn't here 12 months ago. This is a new series of buildings that they put together. And there is cafes, shops, some really cool vantage points. They've not got everything exactly finished, but almost. You can see off right in the distance the spires of the Kremlin. You can see the Peter the Great statue just there, the Krymsky bridge, and then Park Kultury metro station would be on the other side of the river if you walk about 10 minutes from here. And everybody has come out on this beautiful Monday evening. This is a working day in Moscow. However, I think everybody has rushed out to the park after work. Or maybe nobody works in Russia. And everybody just comes to parks all the time and comes to take in this beautiful view of the Moscow River. And with these buildings here, some people perhaps will object to them, but I think personally it's improved this particular part of the park. And then we'll actually walk along the edge of the river. What a spot. What a place to come and get a photograph or a nice view of the river as well. So I was here around about 2 months ago, I think it was, and they just opened a Kuzna и Точка, or the Russian McDonald's. And I came here to make a video. And then quite a lot of the restaurants at this Embankment area weren't open, but quite a lot more have now opened ahead of summer. So I think it's worth coming back, and it's an absolutely beautiful evening at the same time. From here you can actually get a little bit of a glimpse of Moscow City, where all the skyscrapers are. It's right on 8 p.m. just now. The actual sunset is scheduled for 8:13. Fortunately, with all the buildings, we won't get to see the blue flash. I think we'll have to save that for another video. These upstairs deckings that they put on top of all of these cafes and restaurants are a brilliant idea. So everybody's coming up here, getting some even better photos with the extra height and the view. The other popular thing to do in the early evening is to take the river cruises, and you can go on them from sunrise to sunset. It really depends on what you want to see and do in Moscow. You can actually have dinner on them, lunch on them, or just take in the sights from the top deck. There is quite a lot to take in if you come to this park for the first time. And I think almost every time when you come walking here, you see something slightly different, something you didn't notice previously. And I think for most people coming to the park now, or at least in the last few weeks, this is all new. And this is all built by the local administration of Moscow. And then they've got different cafes, restaurants, some bars, some takeaway places as well, because the idea is that the park can be for everybody. And it's not about having fancy places with high prices. There's even Subway, of all places. Have a look at all the flowers on the side of the structure here. Now, if we were to go back on the other side of the river, this is meant to look like a ship or one of the boats that go along the Moscow River and the decks of the boat. It's a bit hard to make it out when you're walking so close to it, but it does make sense. Before last year, this was just a bitumen thoroughfare where lots of people would actually come rollerblading here, skateboarding, bike riding, and I think this is a good addition to the park. Check out the planter boxes, and this is glass, so it's actually solid glass that they're built into the paneling. So they've probably just hacked it up with a sledgehammer. Really interesting. There's so many different things to look at and to take in. Actually, have a look at how many boats are going up and down. There's a couple on the other side of the river as well. And actually, depending on the one you go on, they're really quite cheap. And if you can go on the ones in the early morning, you can get them for as low as 100 rubles for about $1.50. For a ride, the ones in the evening obviously a higher price because of the views and the sunsets. That's where we started the video, up the top there. Now, just for a minute, have a look at everybody. Lots of friends, family, kids, guys on scooters still. Everybody's just out for a walk. I always wonder with Gorky Park where we're all walking to, because we all basically walk to one end of the park and we all turn around and walk back in the other direction. And it's just interesting where we're all walking to. Now, you know I love a good supermarket, and this is Perikostok Select, which is one of the well-known supermarket chains in Russia, but this is just their cafe version. So, Perikostok Select. Здравствуйте. Let's just have a quick look in here because you know how much I like seeing supermarkets. I think all their business will come from serving coffee. Oh, check out the big mugs they have. They're pretty cool. Wow. What a great idea. I think we all know the brand of supermarket long before we came to the park. But grab and go food, sandwiches, and somewhere to sit down in the back. Nothing like coming to a supermarket when you're at one of the most famous parks in the entire world. And have a look, self-serve cashiers right here, so you grab an ice cream, pay yourself, and just walk out. No need to even go to the counter. I think they're going to do an absolute roaring trade in here. With the sun setting, it will get dark fairly quickly. However, most people really won't be bothered by it all. Now, you can walk the entire length of the park and end up at another metro station, which would actually be the one for me to go home on as well. But I think I'm just going to do one lap around, serve coffee. Wow, the amount of flowers that they've installed here, that's a lot. These weren't here when I come to do the previous video, so they've put these up probably in the last week or two. Trendy coffee shops. But there is a little bit of something for everybody. So quite famously, this was a major thoroughfare for bikes, and it was a matter of them dodging us, or we're dodging them. And then this is where I came to the Kuzny Itochka. So this is quite unique, this particular one, because it has robot servers. So when you order your food, a robot brings the food to you. And they've got them running around inside. It's actually not that busy. For obvious reasons, everybody's walking in the park. And again, this is 8 p.m. on a Monday evening. I could have come yesterday or Saturday and I would have absolutely been run over with the amount of people. And there is pretty much a good cross section of people from Moscow here in the park. Now I'm wearing my shorts today. Oh, there's another guy wearing shorts. We got shorts on. Another guy wearing shorts. I was just thinking, how many people would I see wearing shorts today? And that's 2 in a row. So there's a gift shop here. Gorky Park gift shop. Wow. You can get yourself a Gorky Park souvenir. What would you get yourself? A fridge magnet? Maybe? I'm not sure. Have a look at this structure that they built. There was a lot of people here doing all of this work in the last 12 months. And they built all of these seats overlooking the river. These light structures, all the planters. And it wasn't a very exciting part of Gorky Park because it was mostly set up for when they do large events, and you could use this entire area for whatever event you wanted. However, now it's just gone up another notch altogether. I don't have anybody to sit arm in arm with. That's okay. There is actually one of the riverboats stopped here, and I think at some point this is where the electric riverboats will dock. They're building other routes that haven't been fully completed yet. They would put an extra pontoon onto the side of this building, so it's almost ready to receive passengers, and you can walk right the way along the edge of the river. No handrails, no signs that say if you jump no one will save you. Have a look at everybody just chilling by the river. So people come down after work, maybe after school. I think they've got some planter boxes here they've not quite got in place yet. Really don't need them. Got such a great view from here. That's the Ministry of Defense on the other side of the river. That's a humongous building. It looks so tiny from here, but it's massive when you're standing next to it. So I wonder who's the more happy. The ladies coming to see the sunset or the guys having to come here after a long work day. Здравствуйте. Нет, поняла по-русски. Englishки? Я живу в Австралии. Да.
My aunt lives in Australia.
Your aunt lives in Australia?
Yes.
Wow. That's crazy.
So we are Abkhazia.
Abkhazia?
Yes.
Poнял, understand.
You know?
I do vaguely. I need to go on Google to look a bit more.
Yes.
It's a big country to know all the different places though. So they've definitely opened more places in the last month or so. I'm trying to think when I came to do the Kuzny Itochka video. And actually I was also here right after New Year. And I was here with my wife walking around. And if you might remember, they had a DJ playing, there was people dancing and singing, but it was like minus 25 or something like that. It was very cold. So they've actually got a cafe here with outdoor seating. And it is absolutely beautiful weather for it. It's not a breath of wind. It's not cold. Another guy wearing shorts. A man close to my heart. Along with every possible fashion from the ladies. So this structure goes all the way down this embankment. And I was thinking that they might even have some of the dancing on today. So I'll walk down there. That'll be my turnaround point. Sports store. So they do actually have a running club that meets here, I think, a few times a week. I think that's connected to this place. Not sure there'll be anybody in there today buying a pair of shoes versus coming for a walk around. You could almost do this walk without talking. Now, of course, I like to do narrated videos, but I think for anybody that does those videos where they just point the camera at things, it would work out. There's actually a little bit of a food court here as well. So they previously had one, and I wonder if they've moved it over here. There was one a little bit further into the park. And they've got all sorts of different types of food. But just have a look how everybody's dressed. Everybody is acting. Everybody is just in chill mode. I think that's the best way to describe it. We've had a fairly long winter in Moscow. So on the left here is Rostix, and this is the Russian replacement for KFC. And have you seen a nicer Rostix before in your life? All the flowers again, umbrellas, and I think a fairly good crowd in there at the same time. Actually, there's a upstairs level as well. When I came to do the video here, the downstairs was open, but the upstairs hadn't opened, so you could dine on that upstairs level at the same time. So it's open 8 a.m. till 11 p.m. So there's not really people going home right now. There'll be people just arriving at the park. Have a look at the building from this side, this curved glass that they've built. So it's meant to replicate the bow of a ship. So if you can see that, it makes sense. And then the big Rostix sign there as well. I think we know it very well. Check out the bikes going by. Wow. So this is actually a plan of the park from the main entrance. We actually came in over here. This is where I started the video, down here. And the actual grand entrance is over here. But I thought I'd just come along the embankment only. And you can see all the buildings right the way up until the end. And then actually from here you can walk back inland to all the parks. Now, if I've got anybody that knows that I used to work on cruise ships. Now that is the funnel from Carnival Cruise Line right there. This one I don't know, maybe Royal Caribbean, but it's out of scale, of course. But if you know me and know what I did for most of my life, that funnel was on top of every ship I worked on. I think I'll walk down to where is the platforms for dancing, I'm not sure if they're doing it or not. My wife said that they're probably not doing it on a Monday night, but we'll go and have a look for the sake of the video. Now you could walk all the way down to where is Luzhniki Stadium. It's an area called Sparrow Hill or Vorovivo Gore. If you were to walk about another 30 or 40 minutes straight down. The rotunda here, and then the Ministry of Defense in the background. Just such a big building. So this is one of the crossovers here where you can go back into the park. You'll see it sort of greens up the actual amount of people off in the distance as well. Everybody doing exactly what I'm doing, getting a nice view of the sunset, also blue skies as well. Here's one of the older river boats. So they also have the same thing as the Radisson, just a few rubles cheaper. Not quite as fancy on board, but it does the trick. So I think they are doing some more work on this other part of the pathway here. What do you think? What would you do on a Monday night in your city at about 8:30 p.m? Would you be coming for a walk along the river? Would you be at home cooking dinner? Or maybe you'll be watching TV or a movie? What would you be doing? What would you rather do? Let's put it that way. So it looks like I found the dancing. Now, as I was coming down the steps, I was sure that I heard the Star Wars theme playing, and they are playing Star Wars, and I think they're doing a dance where they change partners. So they do a little bit with each person and then move on to the next partner. So people actually come here who are either in a couple or singles, and then you end up by default having an entire dance troupe right here. And who are the most happy ones? Are the guys for the Star Wars theme, or the ladies for finding a partner? But Star Wars!
Thank you.
This is cool. On a Monday night in Gorky Park. So there's obviously certain moves they've got to do and follow, and then at some point they change partners here. There we go. I think they do. Yeah, there you go. And they all get a new partner. How cool is that? Wow, some people are really into it more than others. This is a whole video in itself, and I need to come back here on another night and show this a little bit more. But have a look at the backdrop, the bridge, the setting sun, and a Luke Skywalker. Whoa, sorry. Very cool. This deserves a thumbs up in itself for getting yourself to this part of the video and checking this out. There is actually different classes going on, or dances going on, and to different music. Now YouTube doesn't like music playing a whole lot, so I'll just talk over it, and I'm very sorry. But there is, of course, couples here, people who just come to find a partner who wants to dance the same style, and free dancing, And whatever theme the music is, you can find your style. But what a spot. The dance floor is ready-made. Wow. There is some good dancers as well. So people of all levels. Obviously, the point of this is you can find a partner who's stronger than you, or you can be the person leading, or you can be the person up on the terrace here wondering should they come down or should they just be observing. Now everybody watching, which one are you? Are you up there watching, or would you be down here dancing? Let me know. There is also a different theme to a lot of the different classes going on here or dancing, and there is people of all ages, and I think that should not affect anybody. You see the young guys wondering what to do, and the old guys getting right into it, and I love it, absolutely love it. So I think a little bit of maybe like salsa merengue being played. Wow. That is the meaning of life right there. But let me know, would you be up there looking down? Would you be jealous? Or would you be scared to come down on the dance floor? Now, have a look at all the ladies looking for partners to join in. Even right here, one lady, second lady, they're just waiting for partners to come and ask them to dance. And that's the best part about coming down here. It's casual, it's relaxed, and you can get into it as much as you like. But gentlemen, if you're watching this from somewhere in the world, get on a plane to Moscow and come down to Gorky Park on a evening time like this, and hopefully you can dance as well and you're good. Let me just preface, I can't dance at all, and I envy the gentlemen and the ladies dancing at these different dance floors right here. And I think that's the joy of this place, that you can be the spectator or you can get involved. By the way, this is all free. There is no money involved in this. You can actually find some of the, I'm going to say almost professional dancers here as well, if you want to do lessons. But otherwise, just ask somebody to dance and you're good. I really do wish YouTube was a bit more fair with the music that plays, and that's why I have to speak over it. Otherwise, it'll get demonetized. I know from a video about 2 years ago that I made here at the park, there were some buskers playing. People got very upset because I was speaking over the buskers. So I'm just a bit more cautious. So the whole idea with this, by the way, is you can just turn up. So either if you're single, or you're with your friends, or you're in a couple, married, and then you can either dance together, find a new partner. So what you'll quite often find is people will come, like you'll see here, the 3 guys turning up, and then some other groups here where it's just friends or girls that are together, and then you'll find somebody to grab and dance with, and it's very casual, it's not serious, or it doesn't have to be serious, and it's just a matter of finding the music that you like, and then a partner who's willing to dance to that same song. I think this middle dance floor is maybe a little bit more advanced, or people who have a little bit more technical skill. And it's really just different styles of music and styles of dancing. And it's really Up to you what you're comfortable with or not. And I've come back to that way because everyone's getting a little bit close to me here. I know it's very dark, but I think you get the idea. I just come up to this upstairs area here. And everybody is so welcoming and so happy. I think it's the weather. Maybe it's the music. Maybe it's dancing. I think there's a combination of things that bring everybody together on a like this in Moscow. As I come to the end of the video, I hope you've enjoyed this. And to see the dancing there at the end, I really should come back and just do a dancing only video. Actually, the other thing I thought of doing is walking along the embankment and talking to some people, particularly people who want to be on camera, of course. So what do you think? Should I come back and make more videos here? Or do you just want to see supermarkets and shopping centers? It's very strange, the lighting in this tunnel, because of the yellow paint and then these different lamps that they've got. It's no worries though. Now, the secret word for the video will be a couple of words. It'll be dancing in the dark, or just dancing, because it put a smile on my face and I hope it put a smile on your face. Let me know, would you go dancing in the dark in Moscow on the embankment of the Gorky River? What do you think? A good way to spend a Monday evening. Again, thumbs up. And then if you want to follow me on social media, the link to my Telegram is right here. And then if you want to watch an old video on the channel, you can click this link on this side of the river and keep traveling with Russell. Okay, everybody, I'm off on another adventure. Bye.